From Comiskey Park in the great state of Illinois, this is Kurt Berglund with Payoff Pitch Dream Season Baseball. We are in the 8th round of games. That means these are the 8th games in the 18-game season for both of these teams. Actually, for all teams you're seeing in the next few days. They are on different courses, on different trajectories that will be interesting to see what happens. And this is a very, very important series for both clubs. The visitors, the 1977 Boston Red Sox, currently the owners of a 2-5 record. Very disappointing for them. They don't get enough clutch pitching, and they haven't gotten enough big hitting, and you would have thought this team would have been the one to provide that. But so far it hasn't happened, and they are residing at a 2-5 record near the bottom, actually tied for the bottom of the American League standings as we enter play today. The 1977 Chicago White Sox on an upward swing. They are riding some stellar pitching performances by pitchers like Steve Stone and Ken Kravik, and are now sitting at a 4-3 record with a bullet. And they are fighting for one of the 5 playoff spots available in each league. Yesterday, a 5-1 victory for the White Sox over the Red Sox in the first game of the series. Kravik over Bill Lee. Today, it's Reggie Cleveland on the mound for the Red Sox against Chris Knapp for the White Sox. Let's give you the orders. Leading off for the Red Sox at shortstop, it's Rick Burleson. Whoa. Batting second in center field, it's Fred Lynn. Batting third in right field, Jim Rice. Batting fifth in left field, Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fourth in left field is Yastrzemski. Batting fifth and doing the catching is Carlton Fisk. Batting sixth, the DH, Bernie Carbo. Batting seventh at first base, George Scott. Batting 8th and doing the third base chores, Butch Hobson. And batting 9th, second baseman Denny Doyle. On the mound for the Red Sox, it's Reggie Cleveland. Cleveland, 27 starts on the season, 11-8 record with a 426 earned run average. He completed 9 games in 190 innings of work. For the homestanding Chicago White Sox, it's Ralph Garr leading off in left field. Alan Bannister batting second at shortstop. George Orta batting third at second base. Richie Zisk batting fourth in right field. The DH is Oscar Gamble. He'll bat fifth. Lamar Johnson gets the start today at first base. He'll bat sixth. Chet Lemon bats seventh in center field. Eric Soderholm bats 8th at third base, and Jim Estienne bats 9th and does the catching. And on the mound for the White Sox is right-hander Chris Knapp. 12-7 on the 1977 season. With a 480 earned run average, he had 26 starts and 4 complete games in 146 innings of work. We are ready to start. If the Red Sox lose, they drop to 2-6 and fall, probably 4 games out of at least 3 games, probably 4 games out of the playoff chase with 10 games to play and a bunch of teams to hop over. So not where they want to be. I don't want to say it's a must-win for the Red Sox, but we're getting close to that point. All right, here we go with this game. Rick Burleson stepping into the box against Chris Knapp, and the pitch to him is strike 3 called on a Knapp breaking ball. We are underway at Comiskey Park. Fred Lynn comes to the plate. So Lynn strikes out, and that is out number 2 in the first inning. And now we have Jim Rice coming to the plate. Jim hit 308 against right-handers on the 1977 season. And he lines this one right back up the middle for a base hit. And the Red Sox have a base runner in the top of the first with 2 outs. Carl Yastrzemski will come to the plate. And he's a 306 hitter against right-handers. Really, I mean, on paper, which is exactly how we're playing this game, of course, on paper, this team should bludgeon Chris Knapp, but we'll see what it is. So, on paper, this team should bludgeon Chris Knapp, but we'll see if that actually happens. Rice is at first, Yastrzemski digging in. The pitch to Yaz is a base hit to right, and that will hold Rice at second base. With 2 outs, they're not going to risk him going to third, and Fisk comes to the plate with 2 outs and 1 man on, and 2 men on. Fisk 327 against righties. 1 man after another is just, it's like murderer's row, but they're not winning ball games. This is grounded to third, gloved by Soderholm. He's going to go the short way to George Orta, and that will retire the Red Sox in the first inning. After 1/2 inning, we're scoreless in Chicago. Reggie Cleveland coming to the mound to take his warm-up tosses, and he will face Gar, Bannister, and Orta in the top of the first inning for the White Sox. Gar, 304. Here's another team that can mash. He hits this one to right field, and Jim Rice is going to have room to get it. And he will for out number 1. Alan Bannister, 263 against righties. This is lined to left for a base hit, and Bannister's aboard with the first White Sox hit. We may have a slugfest here today. 286 for Orta on the season against righties. He hits this in the air to Lynn in center field, and Lynn will make the catch for out number 2. Bannister retreats to first base, and Richie Zisk comes to the plate. Only 264 for Richie, but a 482 slugging percentage against right-handers, and he takes a called third strike, a breaking ball from Cleveland, and that retires the White Sox in the first. So neither inning is flawless, but they are scoreless. As we go to the second inning, Knapp coming back out. It's Carbo, Scott, and Hobson coming to the plate for the Red Sox. They just haven't gotten untracked yet. And in an 18-game mini-season, you got to get going. Whoa, I'm throwing cards all over the place. And Carbo draws a walk-off Knapp to lead off the second inning for the Red Sox. Brings up Scott. A double play target if Knapp can get him to hit it on the ground. This is going to fall in for a base hit to right field in front of Zisk. And it's going to take a bad hop and get by him. Lemon will back him up. Carbo gets all the way to the third. Scott gets to first, and that tricky outfield in Comiskey Park, not always the best manicured lawn that you've ever seen. And that's without Disco Demolition Night that happened 2 years later in 1979. But Carbo now resides at third base. Scott takes up residence at second base. There's nobody out. And Butch Hobson is at the plate. Zimmer's got some options here for his Red Sox offense. Hobson, 264 against right-handers. Grounded to second. This is Orta. And Carbo and Scott both will advance as Orta throws to Johnson to record the out at first. Carbo scores with the first Red Sox run. It's 1-0. And George Scott is at third base. Denny Doyle, 246 against right-handers. Scott taking his lead off third base. Red Sox infield moves in. And here comes the squeeze. Scott coming home, and he pops it up toward Lamar Johnson, who makes the catch. Now Johnson throws to third base. Scott scrambling to get back. Does not get there. It's a double play. So the suicide squeeze fails royally, and the Red Sox have to settle for one run in the top of the second on a double play on a squeeze bunt by Denny Doyle, getting Scott doubled off of third. The Red Sox score one run on one hit, and that's all they get. They take a 1-0 lead after 1.5. For the White Sox, it's Gamble, Johnson, and Lemon in the bottom of the second against Cleveland. Hit in the air to right. Rice. Rice drifting under it and will make the catch. There's one gone. Lamar Johnson. Lamar, 263 against righties. This one is hit to center, and that's Fred Lynn for 2 down. And now Chet Lemon with nobody aboard, and Chet with a 332 on base average. He had 2 homers yesterday off of Lee. To right, Rice with another chance coming on and makes the catch. We've played 2, and it's 1-0 Red Sox. Knapp, a little bit lucky in the top of the second to escape with only 1 run scored, now gets the top of the Red Sox order. In the top of the third, Burleson, Lynn, and Rice coming to the plate. Smash to left, Gar coming on. He will make the catch, and that's 1 gone in the Red Sox third. Red Sox want insurance runs. They don't trust anything on that mound. Hey, strikes out Lynn. That's 2 down. And now Jim Rice singled in the first. The wind by Knapp, the pitch popped him up. Eric Soderholm is going to call for it and take it for out number 3. We've played 2.5 in Chicago on the south side. It's 1-0 Red Sox. Cleveland off to a decent start. Only 1 hit allowed in 2 innings of work. For the White Sox in the third, it's Soderholm, Essien, and Gar. Reggie, Cleveland, the wind and the pitch, and a fly ball to left. Yaz is there, and that's 1 man out in the third. Essien, 293 against righties, very quietly did a nice job offensively in 1977, and now he singles to right. This falls in front of Rice, and Essien's aboard with a single in the third. It's Gar coming up now. 0 for 1 for Ralph on the day. Cleveland to the belt. The pitch to Ralph is grounded to third. This is Hobson. He goes to Doyle at second for 1, and a hard slide by Essien breaks it up, so Gar beats the rap at first, and he's aboard with a fielder's choice and 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Bannister is 1 for 1. He's in there against Cleveland now. Gar works on his lead. Cleveland to the belt. The pitch home. He hit him. He hit Bannister with the pitch, and Allen's aboard, and now there's 2 on with 2 out for Orta, who's 0 for 1. He flew out to Lynn in the first inning. Cleveland to the belt again. The pitch home to George is a base hit, line drive, center field. Gar's around third. He will score. Bannister goes to third, and we have a tie game at 1 thanks to an RBI single by George Orta. But the fun may not be over for the White Sox because here comes Richie Zisk. Richie's 0 for 1, but he's the power man, well, one of the power men in this lineup. The Southside Hitmen was their nickname. Zisk is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Cleveland to the belt. He checks the runners at the corners. And the pitch home, lifted in the air to center. Fred Lynn's got room. He will take it, but the White Sox tie the game on a run on a hit with two hits with 2 left. After 3, we are tied at 1 apiece in Chicago. All right, coming to bat for the Red Sox in the top of the 4th will be Yaz, Fisk, and then Carbo against Chris Knapp. The wind from Knapp, the pitch home. He hits one deep to left. This is going to get over Gar's head, and it's going to be off the wall. Yaz has an opening double to the top of the 4th inning, and Fisk is up. Nobody out. Fisk 0 for 1 on the day. Knapp to the belt. It's a hanger, and it's deep. Left field, Gar to the track, to the wall. Fisk has left the building, so has Elvis. It's 3-1 Red Sox, and some of that vaunted Red Sox offense is coming to play here at Comiskey today. 3-1 Boston, nobody out in the 4th. Carbo at the plate. Bernie walked and scored in the 2nd. He strikes out on a Knapp heater. 1 gone. Scott doubled, 1 for 1. Nobody on, 1 man out. Knapp the wind, the pitch. He strikes him out on a changeup. That's 2 gone. And now Hobson, 0 for 1. The wind by Knapp. The pitch. To center, that's Lemon, and he'll make the catch, so Knapp recovers after the bad start to the inning. But the Red Sox do score 2 and take a 3-1 lead after 3.5. Cleveland coming back to the mound. It'll be Gamble, Johnson, and Lemon for the White Sox in the bottom of the 4th. Firepower aplenty in these offenses. Cleveland, the wind, the pitch, right field, base hit, Gamble, he's on. Johnson, 0 for 1. Cleveland to the belt. The pitch home. Center field, that's Lynn coming in, and he'll make the catch for 1 out. And now Chet Lemon, yesterday's hero, along with Ken Kravik. Cleveland hangs it. Lemon deep to left. Yaz to the track, but it's not going to get out of here. He makes the catch and fires it back in as Gamble retreats to first base. 1 more biscuit for breakfast, and Chet Lemon jerks his 3rd in 2 days. However, didn't happen. So it's Soderholm now with 2 outs and Gamble still at first base. Cleveland to the belt. Pitch to Eric is grounded to second. That's Denny Doyle. He's going to throw to Scott to retire the White Sox in the 4th. So Cleveland gets a scare, but the White Sox fail to score. They do get a hit. We go to the 5th. 3-1 Boston. in a game they'd really like to have. It's Denny Doyle, Rick Burleson, and Fred Lynn in the Boston fifth. Knapp, the wind, the pitch, popped up. Lamar Johnson, in fair territory, will take it for out number one. Burleson's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he draws a walk on a bad breaking ball by Knapp. So Burleson's on with 1 out for Fred Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks on his ledger. Knapp to the belt, checks Burleson at first base. This is hit to right, but it's not going to be deep enough. Zisk toward the line will make the catch. Now he whirls and fires, and Burleson retreats to first base and gets back. Jim Rice. Jim Rice digs in. He's 1 for 2. Burleson's at first. There's 2 men out. Knapp to the belt. Checks Burleson. The pitch home to Rice is drilled to right field. Zisk gets over and cuts it off. He fires it back in. Burleson's got a hold at third. And it's second and third now for Yaz. There's 2 outs with 2 important insurance runs in scoring position for Boston. Yaz is 2 for 2, a double and a run scored. Knapp to the belt. The pitch to Yaz. To right, but not deep. Zisk will get there, and that's the third out. That's what the Red Sox are missing. They get runners on, and they get a chance for a kill shot, and it just doesn't happen. So then the pressure falls back on their pitching staff, and that doesn't always work for this ball club. For the White Sox in the bottom of the fifth, we've played half this game. It's now Red Sox 3, White Sox 1. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's Essien, Gar, and Bannister for the 77 Southside Hitmen. Essien lines this one to right, but right at Rice, and there's 1 gone in the fifth for Chicago. Gar, 0 for 2, but a run scored off of a fielder's choice. It's a hanger by Cleveland. Drilled to right and deep. Rice running. Warning track toward the wall. It's gone. Elvis has left the building. So has Ralph Gar. And Gar has cut the lead to 3-2. And scored both runs that the White Sox have created today. So it's 3-2 Boston on the Gar home run. Bannister comes to the plate, 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Cleveland the wind. The pitch blasted to left. It's between Burleson and Hobson and gets out to Yaz. Bannister's aboard with a single. And now Orta, who's 1 for 2 and drove in Gar in the third. Cleveland to the belt. The pitch to Orta. Hanger. Hit deep. Right field toward the foul pole. It's off the foul pole for a George Orta 2-run homer. And the White Sox take a 4-3 lead. Holy goodness. Cleveland is now in trouble. In the bottom of the fifth, he's allowed 3 with only 1 out, and Jim Willoughby's going to get throwing. I'm not sure that's how anybody spells relief in 1977. Tom Murphy's going to join him, but we'll see if they need to use them. In the fifth, Zisk comes to the plate. Now with the White Sox leading by a run, it's 4-3 Chicago. Zisk up with nobody out, with one out. Sorry, one out in the fifth. Pitch to Richie. Ground ball second base. That's Doyle. He throws to Scott. 2 outs. And now Oscar Gamble with the bases empty. Cleveland the wind. And the pitch. Grounded to Doyle. One more time. Throws to Scott. And that retires the White Sox in the fifth. However, the Southside Hitmen score 3 on 3 hits. They don't leave any. And we go to the sixth with Boston now trailing 4-3 to the White Sox. Knapp has not overwhelmed anybody in this game. However, he is now leading by a run. The White Sox, Bob Lemon, is going to get double-barreled action going in the bullpen. It's going to be Clay Carroll and Dave Hamilton throwing, in case Knapp needs some relief. Fisk, a 2-run shot in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. Knapp the wind and the pitch. Lifted to center. Chet Lemon coming in. That's one man gone in the sixth. Carbo, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Pitch to Bernie. Grounded to second. Orta manages to grab this one, and he throws to Johnson for the out. 2 gone, 2 up and 2 down for Knapp in the sixth. And now Scott 1 for 2. Knapp the wind. Hey, struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the sixth. White Sox 4, Red Sox 3. Cleveland back out. Johnson, Lemon, and Soderholm will represent the White Sox in the sixth. Cleveland the wind. The pitch home. Popped him up. George Scott, just into foul territory, will make this catch. And there's one man out in the bottom of the sixth for Chicago. Lemon steps up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Cleveland's pitch. Drilled to left center. It's going to split Yaz and Lynn and roll to the wall. Lemon's hot. A double for Chet with 1 out in the sixth. Soderholm coming to the plate. Willoughby and Murphy working in the bullpen for the Red Sox. No move yet from Don Zimmer. Cleveland to the belt, checks Lemon at second. The pitch home. Grounded to short. This is Burleson. He fires to Scott, and that's 2 down. And now Jim Essien. Jim is 1 for 2 on the day. Cleveland, the pitch. Hit at Hobson. Butch, not known for stellar defensive work. And this one clangs off his glove. Everybody's going to be safe. Lemon sliding head first makes it into third as the ball rolls away from Hobson. Essien safe at first on the error. So there's White Sox at the corners with Garr coming to the plate. There is not a left-hander in the bullpen. Although there were rumors that Zimmer was going to take leave from the starting rotation after yesterday's game and put him in the pen. That'll make Bill happy. Gar 1 for 3 with a homer last inning. Cleveland trying to struggle his way through the sixth. The pitch to Ralph. To left field, Yaz back a few steps, but he will make the catch, and Cleveland dodges a major bullet in the bottom of the sixth and keeps it a one-run deficit for the Red Sox. We go to the seventh. It's 4-3 Chicago. Knapp is done. Put a fork in him. Give you his numbers on the day. Six innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 3 runs all earned, and 1 home run on his ledger. He stands to get the win if the White Sox can hold on. Clay Carroll coming on to pitch, the man they call Hawk, and if you check his profile, you'll know why. 5-5 record in 1977 with the Cardinals and the White Sox. 275 earned run average. Clay pitched in 59 games. He earned 5 saves, and he pitched 101 innings. He was with the White Sox in 77. Was traded to St. Louis in 76. He was with the White Sox. He was their closer. He was traded to St. Louis. Then the White Sox got him back in August of 77 for the stretch run. So we are in the top of the seventh. Carroll is on. Hobson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pitch from Clay. Base hit, left field. Hobson's aboard. Now they've got some decisions to make about what they want Doyle to do. He did not. He bunted into a double play on a squeeze attempt back in the second inning. The pitch to Denny. He's bunting, and he gets it down. This one goes to Lamar Johnson, who turns and flips to Orta covering first, and Hobson moves up to second base. The tying run is 180 feet away for Rick Burleson. Carroll in a little bit of a pickle here. Burleson's 0 for 2 with a walk and a whiff on the day. Carroll to the belt, checks Hobson at second. The pitch to Rick is a line drive base hit to center field to Lemon on a hop. He charges, fires, throws, and Hobson is held at third. So the Red Sox have men at the corners with 1 out now. Carroll is in a jam. Here comes Bob Lemon. He wants Dave Hamilton, and he's going to get him. And now Laren LeGros starts to throw in the White Sox bullpen. He is their closer, if that's the word I'm looking for. Hamilton is on. You know him from the Oakland A's. Hamilton, the left-hander, 4-5 with a 361 earned run average on the season, 55 games, 67 innings pitched. Lynn is at the plate. There's men at the corners. The infield is back for double play depth. The pitch to Lynn. And that is going to be a wild pitch by Hamilton. A wild pitch will score the tying run. It moves Burleson to second base, and we're tied at 4. Lynn now at bat can drive in Burleson with a single and give the Red Sox the lead. Hamilton to the belt. The pitch to Freddie to left. Gar charging and catching, and there's 2 outs for Rice with first base open. They're going to walk him and have Hamilton go after Yastrzemski. So there's 2 outs. First base is open. They walk Rice. He is now down at first, and Hamilton, the lefty, will face Yaz. 268 against left-handers on the season. He's 2 for 3 today with a double and a run scored. Fisk is on deck. LeGros hurriedly warming in the bullpen. The pitch home to Yaz. Grounded to third. Soderholm's going to take it himself to third, and that will get the White Sox out of the inning, but the Red Sox tie it with a run on 2 hits. They leave 2. After 7.5, or 6.5, it's time to stretch them out in Chicago, and it's 4-4 for the White Sox in the bottom of the 7th. Bannister, Orta, and Zisk, and we're past the Willoughby and Murphy part of the ball game, much to the relief of Don Zimmer. So it's Bill Campbell throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Cleveland will face Bannister, who's 2 for 2 on the day. The wind by Reggie and the pitch home to Alan Bannister is grounded to second. That's Denny Doyle. He throws to Scott for the first out in the 7th inning. George Orta, 2 for 3. The pitch from Cleveland. Left field, Yaz, back a few steps, but he's got room, and that's 2 gone. And now Zisk. Cleveland's pitch. Center field, Lynn, in a few steps, makes the catch. We've played 7 and decided nothing. It's 4-4 in Chicago. For the Red Sox, Fisk, Carbo, and Scott. Hamilton stays in for the moment. LeGros still throwing in the White Sox bullpen. Fisk is 1 for 3. Hamilton's pitch. He walks Fisk. Carbo. A left-hander. 136 against lefties on the season, and that's not going to do it. So it's going to be Evans to bat for Carbo. In the 8th. Now Evans has a reverse split situation. He's only 238 against lefties. He can bunt. Zimmer may ask him to. The pitch from Hamilton. And Dwight gets it down right back to Hamilton on 2 hops. But Fisk had a nice jump off first. He's going to make second as Hamilton throws to Orta. And the sacrifice moves Fisk up to second base. Now it's Scott, and here comes Bob Lemon again. He wants LeGros, the right-hander, to face Scott here in the top of the 8th. So that does it for Hamilton. An inning for Dave. 2 walks, 1 intentional, no strikeouts, no runs yet. But Fisk on second is his responsibility. LeGros comes on. He's their closer. 66 games, a 7-3 record, and a 246 earned run average with 25 saves on the White Sox season. Scott at the plate, he's 1 for 3 with a double. LeGros to the belt, checks Fisk at second. And the pitch home to the boomer. He strikes him out. That's 2 gone. And now Hobson. He could hit for Hobson here. Hobson's 1 for 3 with a ribby and a run scored. Miller is a much better option, but the problem is first base is open, so then they could walk Miller and get to Denny Doyle, which would doubtless happen. So then you'd have to hit for Doyle, and there's really not much left on the Pines to do that with. So they're sticking with Hobson. LeGros to the belt, checks Fisk. The pitch to Butch. Hey, struck him out. So LeGros comes in, gets 2 strikeouts immediately. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. We're still tied at 4. New pitcher for Boston is Bill Campbell, the overused one. Coming on in the bottom of the 8th. In this game that clearly the Red Sox want badly. Gamble, Johnson, and Lemon coming to bat for Chicago. Gamble, 1 for 3. Pitch from Campbell. He down the line past Hobson into left field corner. Yaz has to go get it. Gamble is going to make second on a leadoff double. Lamar Johnson comes to the plate. Campbell's the best they got. The bullpen's silent. Johnson is 0 for 3. Campbell to the belt. Checks Gamble at second. And the pitch home is grounded to third. This is Hobson, who throws across to Scott for the out. And there's 1 out in the 8th. Now it's Lemon, who's been on fire. They could walk him and go after Soderholm, but you still have Essien after that. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're going to walk Lemon. Lemon's been ridiculously hot, so Zimmer's putting him on. And Soderholm now with a double play possibility. 0 for 3 on the day for Eric. Campbell, the pitch. He struck him out. There's 2 gone, and now Essien is due. And how are they going to hit for him? Let's see what the options are on the bench. Jim is 1 for 3, and he has a 293 average against right-handers. Yeah, they're sticking with him. They're sticking with him. Gamble at second. Lemon at first. Essien coming to the plate. 2 men out. Campbell's pitch. He struck him out. Campbell gets into and out of trouble in the 8th. We go to the 9th. We've still decided nothing. It's 4-4 in a game both these teams are scrapping and scraping and clawing for. LeGros is back out for the White Sox to try and hold the Red Sox where they're at. Doyle coming to the plate. And let's see if Don Zimmer goes to his bench now for Miller. He will. And so Doyle's day is done. And Denny was 0 for 2 with a disastrous double play bunt, but he did get a good bunt down in the 7th. So Rick Miller, 273 with a 355 on base average, will pinch hit for Doyle in the 9th. He is leading off for Boston. Burleson is on deck, then Lynn. The pitch from LeGros. It's a hanger. It's a hanger and a base hit for Miller into right field. He is aboard. And he's got some wheels. Let's see how they want to play this. Burleson coming to the plate. 1 for 3, a walk and a whiff. Yep. Lynn on deck. LeGros to the belt. The pitch. He bunts. It's a good one. And will be taken by LeGros and throw to Orta, and that will move Miller to second base with 1 out for Lynn. The White Sox bullpen is quiet. And so now it's Lynn with a man on second, Rice on deck. You can't really walk him, so it's going to be Lynn to try and drive in the run with 1 out. Miller works on his lead. LeGros, the pitch. And he walked him unintentionally, so there's 2 on now with 1 out for Rice. 2 for 4 for Jim on the day, a double, and an intentional walk in his last plate appearance. LeGros to the belt. The pitch home. He struck him out. Wow, 2 gone. 2 on still for Yaz, the cleanup hitter today. 2 for 4. A double, a run scored on Yaz's ledger. LeGros in a huge jam. Miller with a nice lead off second base, ready to score if he can. Lynn at first. The pitch home to Yaz. Is a liner to left. It's going to fall in front of Gar. Here comes Miller around third. They're going to send him. So Miller's running. He's an 8. Gar's a 7. The throw home. There's a play at the plate. And Miller is... The throw gets away. Miller is safe. It's a wild throw. Miller scores on Yastrzemski's hit. Miller scores. Lynn gets all the way to third base. And Yaz gets to second base because of the error. It got by Essien, got by LeGros, who finally had to run it down. So the lead run scores for the Red Sox. So let's recap this play. Yastrzemski lines a single to left. It scores Miller from second, but on the throw home, Gar's throw to get Miller was wild. So Lynn, who was on first, gets all the way to third, and Yaz, who was at bat, gets all the way to second. Give Yaz a single, and we'll give him an RBI on the play. It's 5-4 Boston with Fisk at the plate, Evans on deck, and LeGros still in the game. Now the White Sox start some action in the bullpen. Don Kirkwood starts to throw. Don Lemon vaping in the dugout because this game was his. Actually, both teams have had their chances in this game, but LeGros needs to get out of this, and Fisk is at the plate. Carlton is 1 for 3 with a walk and a 2-run dong back in the 4th. So Lynn is at third. Lynn is at third. Yaz is at second, and there's 2 men out. You could walk Fisk, but Evans looms on deck. So they're going after Fisk. Here comes LeGros' pitch. Hey, strikes out Fisk. So the Red Sox, after all that, settled for 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2. And a very untimely Ralph Gar throwing error advances the runners. Yeah, you know, I'm going to take the RBI away from Yaz. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway because without the error, he doesn't score. So it's an unearned run for LeGros, but it's still a 5-4 Red Sox lead. Now we need a new second baseman because Miller pinch hit for Doyle. So in the bottom of the ninth, the new second baseman will be not Tommy Helms, not Ted Cox. It's Steve Dillard, the right-handed half of the second base platoon. So Dillard comes in to play second. He will bat ninth. Miller did his job, singled to lead off the inning, then scored the lead run. Campbell back in to try and vulture a win, but he's got to work his way through the top of the White Sox order. It'll be Gar, Bannister, and Orta. They need a run to tie. It's 5-4 Boston in a game that is just about as must-win as you can get without actually calling it must-win. So, that's where we are at. Gar is 1 for 4 with a home run. And a 2 runs scored and an RBI. So Gar steps in. Campbell on the mound. It's 5-4 Boston. We're in the bottom of the ninth. And Gar draws a walk to lead off the proceedings. Not what Don Zimmer wanted. Now... Fisk threw well, so Bannister is up. And Bannister's not much of a bunter. That's a problem. All right, Campbell to the belt. The pitch, Bannister is squaring to bunt. And Bannister gets it down. Hobson gloves it, throws to Dillard covering, and we have a sacrifice bunt moving Gar to second base. So with 1 out, the tying run is at second for Orta. George 2 for 4 with a 2-run dong and an RBI single on his day. Nervous time in the Red Sox dugout. Nervous time in the White Sox dugout. They would love to go 5-3 in the first 8 games. And they're not going to do it unless Orta comes through. Campbell to the belt. Zisk is on deck. Gar at second. The pitch from Campbell to left. Yaz charging, Yaz catching, 2 gone. And now Zisk. Maybe the last chance for the White Sox. Gamble is on deck. Richie's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Campbell 1 out away from maybe saving or prolonging Boston's season. To the belt. Gar leads off second. The pitch. It's gonna be a base hit to left in front of Yaz. Yaz gloves it and fires home. Gar puts on the brakes at third. There's men at the corners now. There's men at the corners for Gamble. No action in the Red Sox bullpen. It's all Campbell. Men at the corners, 2 outs. Gar at third, Zisk at first. They're going to run for Zisk, I think. No, they're not. They're not going to run for him, although he was not quick. But he was apparently a good base runner. Actually, they are going to run for him. No, they're not going to run for him. They don't have anybody better. All right, so it's Gar at third, Zisk at first, Gamble at the plate, 301 versus righties, a 623 slugging percentage. Lamar Johnson on deck. Campbell's pitch. To third, Hobson gloves it, throws to Scott, and the Red Sox have their much-needed victory, 5-4 in Chicago over the White Sox in Game 2 of this series. Let's give you the numbers for the victorious 1977 Boston Red Sox. 5 runs on 10 hits. And they committed 1 error. For the vanquished 1977 Chicago White Sox, 4 runs, also on 10 hits, and they committed 1 deadly error. The winning pitcher for Boston, Bill Campbell. The losing pitcher for Chicago, Laren LeGros. Team records right now, the Red Sox dropped to 4-4, and the White Sox dropped to 4-4. The Red Sox jump up to 3-5. There's 1 game left in the series, and both teams really need it. This has been quite a series so far, so we'll see who takes Game 3. I want to thank you so much for your interest in Payoff Pitch Dream Season Baseball. Please click like and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all the Dream Season action. My name's Kurt Berglund. Hope you have a good day. So long, everybody.